And welcome back. So, I figured I've seen this topic in debate now in some forums, stuff like that, leading up to War of the Spark. And I figured I'll throw my hat in the speculation game of this. Now, I already made a speculation video on War of the Spark, but truth be told, I probably need to update that because we got the trailer for War of the Spark, we got a description for War of the Spark, and we got a lot of information that recently came out for War of the Spark. Some new pictures. So yeah, we do have a lot of well, not enough that we know exactly what's going to happen, but enough that we can extrapolate a lot. And what we gathered from the trailer was a lot of more planeswalkers than I thought were going to be on the plate are going to be like a huge amount of planeswalkers are going to be drawn to the plane because there's that you see that shot of the stained glass. Each has a different planeswalker. Then you get the candelabra representing planeswalker sparks, and then being snuffed out one by one until only Bolas is left, but then that one goes out as well. So the question becomes, what's going to happen? And the bigger speculation part of this video is what type of Bolas are we getting in War of the Spark in terms of a card? There's twofold that's happening in there. A lot of planeswalkers are going to die, but I think that's going to be a given. I think we're going to see a lot of characters in card form. And one idea I heard a lot of people say is the secondary part of the question, or the secondary part of the theory. The planeswalkers are going to be losing their spark, and Bolas is taking them, combining into one giant spark of some kind, and absorbing that spark into himself to basically become God again. They keep talking about godhood with Bolas, him trying to retain godhood. First off, you take away the spark, they're just creatures. Teferi in Dominaria wasn't, even though we had a planeswalker card for him in the story, he hadn't been a planeswalker in years. His spark was actually contained somewhere else, and then he eventually accepted it and took his spark back. Could we see a lot of characters lose their spark and therefore become legendary creatures? That's an easy way to basically have your core planeswalkers that are going to be heavily story relevant be the planeswalkers of the set. But then have all the other ones that are just on the plane and screwed over, have them just be legendary creatures now. That would be actually really cool, I think, and be an easy way to get cards. Now, that being said, it's a lot of rare cards you're going to be doing. Even for a big set, that's 36 planeswalkers. I don't even think including Bolas himself. Because I think the only ones that really weren't shown in that stained glass window, if I'm not mistaken, were like Elspeth, because she's dead right now, and Soren, because he's stuck on Innistrad. And I don't know if we got any of the commander planeswalkers either, not including Nahiri. I don't know. It's a tough call to say like how many planes. Let's just assume 36 is the number, and Bolas was actually in there. That means you have Bolas, you have 36 cards, factoring their color identification in there, and that's assuming not all of them would be creatures. Most of them would probably be rare, or maybe one or two might be mythic. The majority of mythic slots for the planeswalkers would be going towards the actual. Basically, that's 36 out of like 260 something. Assuming that's the number. I think that's the number they've said it's going to be. Not an impossible feat, but that said, not all of the planeswalkers even have to get creature cards. Like some, for instance, has already had a creature card. We already know what a creature card of hers would look like. We don't need her as a planeswalker. I don't know if that's all, if they actually do mean all the planeswalkers are going to be there, or they're all going to be represented in the actual set. I just don't know. I think it'd be cool. I still like to believe that my theory about Ugin pulling a fast one, and it turns out him and Bolas were created to be one dragon. They just were born in separate halves of the dragon, fused to become the one dragon. I would love that, but I don't think that was. I'm not even sold on that theory myself. I just think it'd be an awesome theory to have come true. But the end part of this I want to get at is, assuming that is Bolas's game, and I'm getting the impression that is. Bolas is taking planeswalker sparks with the help of the Eternal Sun, He's using that, the spark of an old walker, thanks to Azor, and just putting that, and then he's probably somehow going to find a way to combine that into himself. I think the reason Bolas needs to be on Ravnica for this is because Ravnica, there's something about Ravnica where law magic works really powerfully, and I think in order to destroy or crack open the Eternal Sun, he needs the law magic of, sorry, I heard something. He needs the law magic of Ravnica to help break it open. Anyway, what do we get? Well, I guarantee you we're going to get a Bolas card. If he's the main, it's kind of like an Amonkhet. If he's the main antagonist in this, he's got to get a card. What his card will do, his first card is the first half, hint, hint, will probably be a lot of awesome Bolas effects. He's probably going to be, I've heard a lot of people say he's going to be a 7 loyalty Planeswalker, and that makes sense when you consider emergency powers tied with Bolas, so forth and so on. But the thing that it's the comment that you're getting his godhood back and stealing sparks and basically trying to become a god. Whether he's defeated or not, I would lean on the fact that he would be defeated. But whether he's defeated or not, two things stand in my. I think it's two things. The term godhood and the fact that at the end of the trailer, Bolas' spark is the only one remaining, but then it gets snuffed out too. But does that mean he gains his godhood back? That he maybe he can't planeswalk anymore, or then again, there are individuals without sparks who have been able to planeswalk, so maybe he can do it without a spark now. That's how powerful he becomes. Are we going to maybe see a transforming Bolas where an effect on the planeswalker card transforms him into the new Bolas, which has Dragon God? The title Elder Dragon God as a creature type is just orgasmic to say. Elder Dragon God. Will we see that? I'm inclined to. See the Ugin thing. That's just like a fun fan theory I have in my head. That one though, the transforming Bolas into a god card. I'm inclined to. If you were to ask me to put some money down, I mean, I wouldn't put like $10. I'd put $1 down on that. You asked me to put a betting man's bet on there. I'd put $1 on that one. In fact, you know what? Until I'm proven wrong, I'm going with the theory that we are seeing transforming Planeswalker Nico Bolas turn into a god. That's what I think we're going to see. But what do you think? This was just a fun little video for me to do, just because the idea occurred to me after I'd seen the trailer and after I'd read the sign-ups. Have been like, are we going to get transforming God Bolas here? I think that's an awesome idea. But I guess we'll see. The actual set release. When is the actual set release? Hold on. The actual release for this set isn't until... where are we? War of the Spark. War of the Spark. War of the Spark. There we go. War of the Spark. Controversy. War of the Spark is revealed. Okay. War of the Spark is, they do have the release. Its release date is May 3rd, which means the pre-release is a week prior to that, which means I believe there's 30 days in April. So backtracking real quick here, 7 days. You get for 26th. Is that when it would be? 25th or 26th? 26th, I believe. So 26th of April, which means I have to believe we'll start getting spoiler seasons at the spoiler season, or a couple spoilers at the beginning of April, maybe the end of March. I'm more inclined to think April. But we will see what happens here. We will see what happens here. Thank you for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, what if, anything we do in the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. And it's the week of what ifs, so keep your eyes out for the what ifs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.